boy, Jet Black, the one and only, here with another exciting live stream. And this is another episode of Nickabenson Weird Nerd News. I hope you guys are excited. I have 6 topics that I'm going to be discussing in today's video, so it's going to be a little bit shorter than yesterday's video. Right now, I am snatching up that link to this live stream. That way, I'll be able to check out what's going on the live chat. Hey, cowboy! Welcome to the stream. It's good to have you, my dude. I hope you are having a happy, fun day today. Are you excited for today's episode of Weird Nerd News? I'm about to post a link to this on the Discord. That way everybody will be able to vibe. Cowboy says that he likes bad biddies. Who doesn't, Cowboy? I'm glad that you're vibing with the bad biddies out there. Feel free to share this video with the bad biddies, by the way. That way they'll be able to join in on the festivities. Chrome Stay Goated said, sometimes I plant myself like a radish in the ground. That's you, my dude. That sounds very chill, relaxed, and becoming one with the earth. Let's see. So I'm about to post the link to the stream onto the Discord, and I'm going to say, hey everybody, feel free to hop in. I'm going to give a thumbs up. Speaking of hopping in, thank you to everyone who hopped in early, like as soon as the stream starts. That definitely lets me know that people are like seeing the videos come out. Cowboy said Brawlhalla today. So today I'm going to be hanging out with Ryan. So Ryan and I are going to be chilling. Then after that, John Mason and I are going to be chilling. We're going to do like a hangout on like Discord. I don't know if we're going to be like streaming during either of those hangouts or if we're just going to be hanging out. We'll have to see. But yeah, I'm not sure if there are going to be like additional videos today other than the topic video, but still, I'm hyped for this topic video. I hope you guys are too. I got a lot of cool news to talk about. Camaro Gaming said, AI Dungeon 2. AI Dungeon 2. Yo, Camaro Gaming, welcome. Good to have you. We got something popping in. Something said, I hope you guys have a good day today. Thank you, something, for the good day wishes. Truly appreciate it. And I spread those good day wishes to everyone here. Thank you all for joining in. I hope you're all having a happy, fun day today. Without further ado, let's hop into some of these topics. Make sure you guys share this video, by the way. That way everybody can hop in and we can talk about these topics together. So topic number 1 is a little bit more UFO news. If you guys saw yesterday's video, then you'd be aware that a ton of weird UFO stuff is going on. And I have a little bit more UFO news to touch in on with you all today. Camaro Gaming said, thank you. Hope you are too. Oh, thank you kindly, Camaro Gaming. I appreciate it. So our first topic. There was a pretty interesting and recent CNN interview with a retired U.S. Navy Chief Master at Arms and a former Deputy Assistant Secretary of Defense for Intelligence, in which they affirm that the technological capabilities of UFOs that have been seen in recent footage that have been confirmed to be under investigation by the Pentagon are 100 to 1,000 years ahead of the current technological capabilities of the US. They also affirm that these UFOs have been making increasingly bold maneuvers entering restricted military airspace, and that these UFOs are a possible threat to national security, and that the technology seems completely beyond what we're currently capable of, which is pretty wild stuff. Once I'm finished recording this live stream, by the way, I'm going to have all these topics and links to all these topics in the description box below. That way you guys can double check all the stuff that I'm talking about and you can like see what I'm talking about for yourselves. But yeah, a lot of crazy, weird UFO news has been coming out recently. Chrome Stay Goated said, too many large words. I'm sorry, Chrome Stay Goated, hitting you with those vocabulary bops left and right. Vibes STW said, what's up? It's Boss Mode. Yo, Boss Mode. Welcome to the stream. It's good to have you. How's your day today? Do you have any questions for your boy? Any discussion topics like to talk about on the stream? Right now we're going over some weird nerd news topics. Camaro Gaming said, what? Yeah, there's a lot of weird UFO stuff going on. If you guys didn't see yesterday's episode, then you might be like, what's all this UFO stuff going on? So apparently in the COVID stimulus bill that got passed not too long ago, there was an extra little clause in there that said, hey, also the government needs to like disclose reports on UFOs, or what the government calls UAPs, or unidentified aerial phenomenon. So when that bill got passed, essentially they were like, okay, so we're going to release a big report on June 1st, which is right around the corner. Like May is almost over, so we're going to get that report fairly soon. And the closer we get to the release of the report, the more like big government like UFO stuff is like popping up in the news and even on like late night talk shows. I talked about this yesterday, but Obama was on the late night show with James Corbin, and he essentially said, yeah, there is just footage of UFOs. He's like, UFOs are just a thing. He didn't say that aliens were real or anything like that. There are a lot of clickbait YouTubers who are saying that he confirmed the existence of aliens, but he did just straight up say that UFOs are a thing and he's seen footage of UFOs and that the government's like investigating UFO stuff. But there's been plenty of announcement stuff like that recently. Let's see. Chrome State Goated said, I definitely understand all of that. Hey, I'm glad you're vibing. Camaro Gaiman said, this is scary shit. No worries, no worries. It is scary shit, though. But I'm optimistic about it. I hope that with more and more information coming out, that we'll be able to better understand and learn more about the UFO phenomenon. And if you guys are really hype about UFO news, I highly recommend that you check out yesterday's episode of Nickabenson Weird Nerd News, because there was a ton of UFO topics. Today, we only happen to have one UFO topic to discuss, but that's okay. Let's see, Cowboy said, do the UFOs carry bad biddies? Currently, we don't know what the UFOs carry, but if they do carry bad biddies, I feel like that'd be good news for everybody. Chronicle Blessing said, do you think the aliens are good or bad? We don't necessarily know if the UFOs are piloted by aliens, and I think there are other possible explanations for where these UFOs are coming from. So I'm not necessarily going to say that there are aliens, but if there were to be aliens, I'm not sure if our moral system necessarily would apply to the way that they live their lives, because they likely would have a different culture from our own. Chrome State Goated said that he wants to clap some alien cheeks. That's funny. Godzilla yesterday said he hopes his descendants clap some alien cheeks. He said, off-topic question, are you playing any games today? So today I'm going to be hanging out with Ryan and John Mason later today. And I don't know if we're going to be playing any games or streaming any games, but I think this is going to be the main video that I upload on the channel for today. But if I do upload anything else, if you ding 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 ring the notification bell, I'm sure that you'll know post haste. Let's see, something said they probably should have alien radar in the air. So that's one thing that's been really interesting about the whole unidentified aerial phenomenon thing. We're learning more and more about the fact that the government is actively investigating like UFO sightings and stuff like that. And they've mentioned that they do see the UFOs like on their instruments and stuff. So it's not just like an eyewitness report kind of thing. They're like, we have sensors and the sensors show that they're there. We still don't know what it is. And I think that's actually really interesting. So it's not that we can't detect their presence. It's just we still have no idea like what they are. So I find that fascinating. So the UFO news is definitely hype, and I know that a lot of people have a lot of questions about the UFO stuff. Again, I highly recommend that you guys check out the video from yesterday, because that had a ton of UFO news. Right now, I'm about to pivot to topic number 2. Sandy from Spongebob is getting a spin-off movie. So Sandy Cheeks is like the squirrel character in SpongeBob. Everybody knows who Sandy is or whatever. She's getting a movie spin-off that's like about her. I don't have any strong opinions on this at all. Some people on Twitter are mad about it. They're like, the original creators would never want to see like Sandy as her own thing or whatever. I think it's fine. I don't know who necessarily was asking for a Sandy spinoff, but I'm sure fans of SpongeBob will likely enjoy the Sandy spinoff. I don't think it's anything too crazy. Chrome State Goated said, imagine the first dude to see a UFO. I mean, when I think about like people seeing UFOs, I think about the fact that there are still like indigenous tribes that exist in certain parts of the world that are disconnected from like current society. Like you can go to places in the Amazon where there are still like tribal people who don't have modern technology and aren't connected to the modern world. I imagine the same way we see a UFO is how they see like an airplane or something. Because even though they're not mingled with modern society, it's not like airplanes wouldn't pass by, you know? So I imagine the same way that they're like, what's that? We don't understand that. Like, what is this thing? Is probably how we feel about UFOs. Camaro Gaming said, let's just go to space and see what they are. So I was talking to Aiden about like the whole UFO thing not too long ago, like literally yesterday on the phone. And he was like, do we know if they're actually like coming from space? Like, do we see them coming down from space? And so far, I don't think I've seen any of the like footage that the Pentagon has said they've been investigating show a UFO literally like enter orbit and do stuff. So do we even know if they are from space? Question mark. Chrome State Goated said, "Hey, bro, that's a big ass plane." That's interesting. I mean, the UFOs seem to have a lot of different like shapes. I noticed that one of the UFOs that was shown in like recent footage, we're calling the Tic Tac because it looks like a big Tic Tac kind of thing. I like that we're giving them little nicknames and stuff. That seems kind of fun. But it seems like they don't look like planes. A matter of fact, a lot of the reports that I've been hearing say that they don't look like really anything that we have. They don't seem to have any noticeable form of propulsion. We don't understand how they move the way they do. So they don't really look like planes. They seem to look like weird shapes. So moving on from the Sandy topic, the Sandy spin-off movie or whatever, No Man's Sky. So No Man's Sky, in case you guys don't know, is a game that said, yo, you're going to be able to travel across all these procedurally generated worlds and interact and discover different like aliens that exist, and you can like fly off-world in a spaceship and all this stuff. But No Man's Sky ended up being like a big disappointment. When the game finally came out, it didn't live up to all the promises that they made, including having online multiplayer and stuff, which essentially just wasn't an actual thing when the game came out. But No Man's Sky over time has gotten better and better. They've continually updated the game, released new DLC, and people now think No Man's Sky is even better than what they said it was going to be at launch. So recently, No Man's Sky crossed over with Mass Effect, and Mass Effect is like a huge sci-fi RPG franchise that's beloved. Tons of people are like huge Mass Effect fans, and the Normandy from Mass Effect has like appeared in No Man's Sky as a part of like this big event, and it's been trending. People are talking about it. They're really hype about it. I've played a little bit of No Man's Sky, and I tried Mass Effect 2, but I didn't really get into it. But I love seeing things cross over. I'm not sure if Mass Effect has ever crossed over with anything before, as far as I'm aware. I might be wrong. Let me know if I'm wrong in the comment section below or in the live chat. Speaking of live chat, something said, I wonder how the aliens got all the resources to build a UFO. So it's still debated whether or not the UFOs are actually of an alien origin or not. Some people believe that the UFOs could be manufactured by some other country, though I've heard that be heavily contested by people who say that technology is just well beyond anything that we have on Earth kind of thing. So I don't know. Like, we still don't understand enough about the UFOs to really understand how they work, let alone what they're made out of. Chrome State Goated said, imagine being an alien species looking to conquer a planet, and you realize the planet calls you a Tic Tac. Yeah, that is interesting. I mean, you'd have to know what a Tic Tac was, really, to take offense. Camaro Gaming said, I wouldn't watch the movie they're apparently making. Oh, so you're saying you wouldn't watch the Sandy spin-off movie, Sandy from SpongeBob spin-off movie? I haven't watched the last few SpongeBob movies, to be honest. I think SpongeBob is interesting. I definitely liked it as a kid. I don't think it's bad. I don't even think I'm against watching SpongeBob movies. I just haven't been interested enough to do so. Andre said, do you play Elite Dangerous? So I don't play Elite Dangerous. I was interested in potentially playing it when they announced that you can now like get out of your ship and like run around and stuff. In case you guys don't know what Elite Dangerous is, it's a very similar game concept to like No Man's Sky, where you get to play in like this big universe where you fly around in a spaceship and you can be like a space bounty hunter and you can get into like space battles, but you can also just like do like space trade stuff. It's like a space exploration like simulation kind of game. And it's also like an online multiplayer game, so you play with like other people traveling through space. I think Elite Dangerous sounds interesting. I don't like that you can get out of your ship now. Oh, crap. What's happening? So I hung up on the Ryan call, and it's saying that the call's still going through. Okay, so I stopped the Ryan call. Ryan knows that I'm like actively streaming, so that threw me that he like called during the stream. So I apologize for that. Let's see. Camaro Gaming said you should do Q&A streams. That's kind of what this is. We're kind of doing a Q&A stream right now. Also, I apologize for the buzzing or whatever when Ryan called. I hope that didn't interrupt the stream or make the quality weird or anything. I noticed that my phone said it was reconnecting. But let's continue on with some of these topics. Next up, So this is kind of like a weird pet peeve thing, the next thing I'm about to talk about. So you can win Big Barda in the current DC Legends PvP event. So DC Legends is a mobile game where you're able to create your own team of DC heroes and have them face off against like other people's teams, and you can play through like a story mode and stuff like that. It's like an RPG style game. And Big Barda is a DC character who exists on Apocalypse. Apocalypse is a world that exists outside of the DC multiverse, meaning that there aren't multiple versions of Apocalypse. So the DC multiverse is infinite, where there are like an infinite number of different Earths. So there are like an infinite number of different like Batmen that exist throughout the multiverse, or Superman and Green Lantern, all that jazz. But characters who are from Apocalypse, there's only one version of them that exist. And the multiverse applies to all DC media, like the TV shows, the cartoons, the video games, the movies. They all exist in the same multiverse. So because DC Legends is like a video game, as soon as you say that Big Barda's in your video game, you're saying the one and only Big Barda that exists in the whole multiverse is in your game. So as soon as you have an event that says, hey, you can win the one version of the character that exists, and multiple people can win that character, that just kind of annoys me, because I'm like, that doesn't make any sense. Like, within the story itself, how can there be multiple Big Bardas for you to even win? Is she on everybody's team? I don't know what's going on. Camaro Gaming said, have you heard about the Fortnite crossover with Batman that's happening in the comics right now? I have. I actually talked about that in one of the previous Weird Nerd News videos. So I talked about how Batman and Snake Eyes are apparently evenly matched. Snake Eyes being the mute ninja character from G.I. Joe, who is like a really cool like character, not gonna lie. In case you guys like are like Snake Eyes fans or whatever, but I don't think he's on Batman's level, and I was kind of salty about that. But I talked about that in a previous video, so I highly recommend checking out that video if you want to hear more of my thoughts on the Fortnite comics that have been coming out, because Fortnite's crossed over with Marvel. They did like a big like comic book crossover, and now they're doing a DC comic book crossover focusing on crossing over with Batman. I hope that soon that we'll get to see like DC and Marvel characters fight each other in comics thanks to Fortnite. I hope that happens. I really do. Fingers crossed. Let's see that happen. I think that'd be great. Rap King said, yo, Rap King, welcome to the stream. It's good to have you. Don't forget to smash that like button. I hope you're having a happy, fun day. Right now, we're in the middle of doing a news roundup, rounding up the news. So, next up, we're going to be talking about a new casting announcement. Jordan Fisher is an actor who's going to be playing Impulse in the Flash TV series on the CW. And the costume is actually fairly comic book accurate. I love how the costume looks. There is a little bit of controversy, though. Impulse is normally a white character in the comics, but inside of the CW show, he's mixed, which actually does make sense. So, Impulse is supposed to be a descendant of Barry Allen, the Flash. And in the comics, Flash gets with a white woman, and his descendants are white. But in the CW show, Flash gets with a black woman, so his descendants are mixed. So people see the new like actor playing Impulse, and they're like, oh, but he's not like the comic book. They like changed his race or whatever. And I understand that people can feel weird about that, but I feel like if you feel weird about that, you likely also already feel weird about Barry being with like Iris or whatever, like in general, like Barry being with like a black woman, in which case that's been a thing for a long time. So anyone who thought Impulse was going to show up and somehow not be mixed, I don't know what they were expecting. But yeah, I don't have any issue with it, and I think the costume looks great. Chrome State Godit said there are people that actually Goku can beat Morbius Chair Wally. Oh, so there are people who think that Goku can beat Mobius Chair Wally? Mobius Chair Wally is like a Dr. Manhattan, new god, fastest being in existent head-ass dude. Okay, I think that Mobius Chair Wally probably could beat Goku, I would say. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. Let's do a debate in the comment section below. Let me know who you think would win, Goku or Mobius Chair Wally. Keep in mind, Mobius Chair Wally is the fastest being in the entire multiverse. He has the powers of Dr. Manhattan, and he has the chair of your boy Metron of the New Gods, which allows him to know the answer to any question and to teleport wherever he wants. So, I don't know. I don't know. Because if you're like, how would Wally even beat Goku? Wally, being the fastest being in the entire multiverse, could ask the chair, hey, how do I beat Goku? And the chair would be like, I know, because I know everything. And then Wally would be like, cool. So now I know how to beat Goku, and I'm the fastest being in the multiverse. Wally can go so fast that he can punch you before he punched you. Because he can, like, go back in time and, like, hit you before the fight starts. So the fact that he can, like, travel back in time and do, like, time hack style, I, like, beat you up, and he can just know anything, I just think he's kind of, like, clapping Goku's cheeks. Let me know if you guys disagree. I don't know. Let's see. Chrome State Godit said Wally would clap him with a finger. Ooh, strong claim. Rap King said, I feel like if it is kind of hypocritical, because if Black Panther was played by a white man, everyone would go crazy. Well, I think the difference is they essentially changed the Flash's love interest from being white to being black, right? And then as soon as you do that, it makes it where whenever you refer to Flash's children, if he's having children with his love interest, they then will be mixed, and then their descendants will be mixed, so on and so forth. So it isn't that they made, like, the Flash black or anything like that. It's just they made who the Flash was dating black, and then that's going to just directly affect all these other characters. So I feel like the issue shouldn't be, oh, they made Impulse mixed. I think if you're really upset, you should be upset about the fact that they changed the race of Iris's character. But are you really upset about, like does that really matter, I guess is the thing? Because Iris isn't, like, a super big character, really. She's, like, the love interest of the Flash. She's not, like, the main character of the show. Or a main character of the books, really. But yeah, people would be really upset if they made Black Panther white. I feel like Black Panther's race is actually a big part of his character and who he is, where I feel like Iris's race isn't a big part of her character or who she is. So you could just have a different race actress play her and it doesn't really fundamentally change the character. They actually did something similar with Invincible recently. Invincible's girlfriend in the animated series, Amber, is black, but in the comics is white. And I honestly don't think it matters. Like, it doesn't really matter if you change, like, the race of the love interest. It's like a side character. It doesn't, like, drastically change how it works. Let's see. Chrome State Godis said, no, I meant people think Goku would win. Like, people think Goku would beat Mobius Chair Wally. I mean, maybe they have their reasons. I'd have to hear their argument for why they think they would beat Mobius Chair Wally. Chrome State Godis said, I'm saying Wally wins. I also think Wally wins, but who knows? I've heard light spoilers for the Dragon Ball Super manga that Goku can now use Super Saiyan God and Ultra Instinct at the same time. He can, like, use them together now. So I don't know what he's capable of. Maybe he's just a next level GOAT now. Like, maybe he can just beat Mobius Chair Wally, because maybe combining those two powers means he can do, like, a whole bunch of, like, crazy stuff. Who knows? Who knows? So no more spoilers. We're back to non-spoiler territory. Something said I would say 50-50. Like, you would say, like, half and half. I don't know. I don't know what Goku would use to get around it. But then again, I haven't been keeping up with the manga. I fell off around the Moro arc. I, like, read some of the Moro arc, and then I would just watch YouTube videos about the Moro arc, and then I kind of stopped doing that. So I just got pretty behind. I'm, like, one full arc behind because I need to read all the Moro, and then I need to get into the current arc that's, like, ongoing for Super. Also, Dragon Ball Super is getting a movie. That's older news, but since we're talking about Dragon Ball stuff, that's a thing. You know, if you guys are hype about Dragon Ball, I'm sure that would be of interest for you guys. Also, we're now on our last topic of the video. Ba-dum-bum-bum-ba-dum-bum-bum. So we're at our last topic. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, as you guys know, is going to be playing Black Adam in the Black Adam movie. But he's also going to be playing another DC superhero in another DC superhero film. And I don't think you guys will guess who he's going to be playing other than just Black Adam. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson is going to be playing Krypto the Superdog in a DC League of Super Pets animated film. I saw the headline for this and I was like, what? What? They're doing that? So apparently they're gonna make a League of Super Pets animated film. I don't know what continuity that's gonna be in. Like, is it gonna be like it's the same continuity as the other films but animated? Because you can do stuff like that. Marvel's What If cartoon is gonna be a cartoon, but it exists in the same multiverse as like the MCU or whatever. And the CW has done that where like the Vixen animated series is actually just the same universe as the live action TV stuff. It's just they animated her series. So I don't know how they're gonna go about it. I think it's gonna be its own standalone universe within the multiverse. But it's interesting that Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson is gonna be playing a super dog. I never would have predicted that casting. Chrome State Goated said he's gonna play a fucking dog. He said, "Is it live action? It's animated. It's gonna be an animated film, but I don't know what continuity the film's gonna be in." Rap King said, "Do you think we need this DC animated dog movie?" So I think the League of Super Pets is an interesting concept. A lot of wacky characters exist in DC that are like animal superheroes, and I'm curious to see who's gonna be on the League. Ryan and I joke all the time about Clay Critter. Clay Critter is a character who's literally appeared in only one DC comic ever, and we don't know anything about him. He's a member of the League of Super Pets. He's a little like dude made out of clay that doesn't have any like facial features, like his whole face and body just look all mushy and stuff. And Clay Critter is just he just dies in his first appearance. The first time we see Clay Critter is in a flashback. Apparently, Krypto the Superdog somehow accidentally like killed Clay Critter, and Streaky the Super Cat blames Krypto for his death. What I want from this animated film is for them to please explain who is Clay Critter, what were his powers, whose pet was he, why is he humanoid but a pet? Isn't that more like a slave? How did he die? Did Krypto kill him? Like, Ryan and I joke that he's like one of the most obscure like DC characters ever, because if you didn't read that one comic he was in, you wouldn't even know he exists. So please put him in the movie, and please make him really cool. I want people to get hyped for Clay Critter. That's all I want. Something said, "I hope it will not be bad." I also hope that it won't be bad. I imagine it'll probably be something like silly but actiony, probably something akin to Lego Batman. And if not something like Lego Batman, maybe something like that Teen Titans Go movie that I didn't watch, or maybe something like Teen Titans Go versus Teen Titans, which I did watch, and I actually kind of like that movie, except the fact that there are two Trigons in it. I think that's a mistake. But whatever. Trigon's another one of those characters who I think exists outside of the multiverse, so you shouldn't have more than one of him. But they show two of him, so I guess he doesn't exist outside the multiverse. It's weird. Camaro Gaming said, "I'm gonna head out. Have a nice rest of your day, Nick." Hey, yo, I hope you have a happy, fun day. Thank you for the good wishes, and thank you for tuning in. Boo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Yo, Sam said, probably like the old show. Yeah, I could see it being like, Krypto, the super dog, Krypto, roughing away. I remember that. Yo, Sam, welcome to the stream. It's good to have you. We actually just finished going over all 6 topics of today's Weird Nerd News. I'd like to thank you all for tuning in. Make sure you smash that like button. Truly appreciate it. And I'll talk to you guys soon. This is your host, your friend, your boy, Jet Black, the one and only, logging out. Peace, guys.